Okay, this is one of my first movies that I'm going to be making that does not have anything to do with Super Happy Fun Place. And today it was kind of weird. I'm recovering from whatever people had on the trail, and my hair looks terrible because I need a haircut. It's really... I was gonna go get a haircut tomorrow, but you'll find out later on why that may not be happening. I was feeling a little better. I said, you know what, I don't feel like that much crap anymore. I might, maybe I'll go see a movie. Because I wanted to see that new Paranormal Activity movie because it looked really good. So I'm like, yay! And I go and I get in my car and I drive over there. And then I'm watching the movie, and the movie is pretty good so far, but the camera's like shaking all over the place. And so I threw up in the movie theater. Yes, I threw up in the movie theater. There was only like 6 other people in there, thank God. Oh, it was so embarrassing. It was, I could feel it. I'm like, oh Christ, no, oh Christ, no. I mean, I spent like, when something that wasn't interesting wasn't happening, I'm just sitting there going, listening to it. But then it was like, so I'm like, I'm feeling it. I'm like, when you start to salivate and then your glands start to get all tingling, you're like, oh shit, so I went, and then I threw up into my hand. And I'm like, okay, now this is really gross, and if you don't want to hear this, stop it right now. You are warned. I threw up into my hand, and I'm trying to swallow it back down, and it was almost there until I threw up again. And I couldn't keep it in, so I leaned over and just over the floor. And then I'm like, oh God, this is so embarrassing. Before I could even think about it, I do it again. So I puked on the floor 3 times. And oh my God, it was everywhere. It was all over my face. It was so bad. So I'm like, shit! Right in the middle of the movie theater. And it could not have been pleasant for the people behind me. It was, I had jalapenos today. So it couldn't have been good. So I gather up my stuff, and I'm absolutely, I'm like, shit, I have to get out of there. I have to get out of there. I have to tell somebody before this smell really gets them and stuff like that. And so I'm gathering my stuff, and it's like all over. I'm like, oh God. So I put all my things down, and I peel off one of my t-shirts because I had the long sleeve shirt on, and then I had a t-shirt on over that. Thank God. So I took my anti-Obama t-shirt off, and I'm wiping my face with it, and then I go into the bathroom and I clean myself up. And then I go and I tell one of the poor schmucks who worked there. And I felt really bad for the guy, so I gave him $5. And then, I gave him $5 for that. And then he said it really wasn't that bad. Compared to other stuff that he said to clean up, he said it wasn't that bad. But then I go out to my car to go home, and I have 2 flat tires. So I'm staring at my car like, really? Now? Of all times? So I called my father. I said, Dad, I have 2 flat tires. I'm going to call AAA. Can you come and get me so they can tow my car and all that stuff? So then I call him, and then I call the AAA people. And they said, okay, we'll send somebody down. And then, so, I mean, it was like, it wasn't even 15 minutes. Not even 15 minutes at all. And the guy shows up, and I'm like, oh, wow, really? That guy can't be for me. So then, and as soon as he gets out of the car, my father arrives. So the guy said, alright, I'll just put air in your tires and you can drive home. I'm staring at him like, really? Yeah, you just broke a bead or something. I have no clue what that means. So, God. Ugh. So he puts the air in my tires and I drive home, and my father's following me to make sure that, my tires don't explode or something. So I make it home. I have had a lousy day. And I don't know what I'm going to do to get my tires fixed, but I have to get them fixed tomorrow because I have to go back to work at the shelter tomorrow, and then I have to go and get a haircut, and then I have to go and get Cooper, and then I have to go and get our paycheck. So I'm probably going to have to use the Explorer for that. Bugger. That's the strongest thing I can say right now. I've got lots of other things spinning around my mind, but I can't say them right now because I know that Mick is listening, and then Mick yells at me when I curse, and I'm not supposed to curse. So I'm not going to curse anymore, Mick. I'm going to try. I'm going to try really hard. So I'm going to stop this recording, and then I'm going to curse really, 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 really loud where nobody can hear it.